Months after escaping Egypt, the Israelites arrived at Mount Sinai. When they left Egypt, there were about 600,000 of them on foot. Add women and children, and many believe it could have been over 1 million people. That's not a camping trip. That's like a whole country with feet. And towering over it all, Mount Sinai. One morning, the ground trembled. Thunder rolled, lightning split the sky. A thick cloud covered the mountain, and a trumpet sound grew louder, and louder, and louder. The people froze. Moses walked toward the mountain. God was calling him. God was making a covenant, a promise. He would be their God, and they would be his people. And then God spoke. He gave the 10 commandments. The people heard his voice. They were afraid. And they asked Moses to speak with God for them instead. So Moses went back up into the cloud. While he was there, God gave him instructions about keeping covenants and promises. He was given 2 stone tablets, and the finger of the Lord wrote a covenant on the stones. Moses stayed 40 days-ish and 40 nights-ish. Forever. Down in the camp, the people grew kind of bored. They looked at the mountain, still clouded, still thundering, still mysterious. They grew impatient. Maybe Moses is still talking to the big guy. For 40 days? Is that him coming down there? No, that's just that weird goat again. They got sick of waiting and wanted to worship something. So they gathered their gold, earrings, bracelets, jewelry from Egypt. They melted it down and shaped it into a calf. A shining statue, something they could see, something that didn't require waiting. Meanwhile, Moses finally came down the mountain carrying the 2 stone tablets, the 10 commandments written by God, and a higher law. As he approached the camp, he heard singing, but not the peaceful kind. It was more wild celebrating and dancing. He saw the golden calf. It was a party, and in that moment he knew the covenant had already been broken. He threw down the tablets. They shattered at the foot of the mountain. Awkward silence. I think he's mad, bro. Shh. But the story didn't end in broken pieces. Moses went back up the mountain. He pleaded for his people. And the Lord told him to carve 2 new stone tablets. So Moses carved some new ones, which probably took a while. And the Lord wrote the same 10 commandments and a lower law. God didn't give the commandments to make people miserable. He gave the commandments and the lower law because he wanted his people to make good choices and be able to return to him. Thumby challenge. We're gonna play a quick game called Moses Says. It works kind of like Simon Says. One person is Moses. When they say Moses says, you do the action. If they just give you a command without saying Moses says and you move, you're out. Start silly. Moses says jump on 1 foot. Moses says do 2 thumbs up. Spin in a circle. Oops, no Moses says. After a few rounds, pause and ask, why does it matter to listen to the prophet carefully? But for all time to come, I show love to all those who love me and keep my commandments. Exodus 20:6.
This is Caitlin with Anticipating Christ's Return. Thanks for watching Thumb Follow Me!
Our new Thumby Club is Thumb-mazing. Scripture video games, exclusive videos, printable downloads, and so much more. Head over to thumbfollowme.com and join our Thumby Club. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, before you go, check out some of this Thumb-mazing artwork. If you want to share some of your artwork, send an email to story@storyboxstudios.com and you'll have a chance to be seen in a Thumb Follow Me episode.
Catch you later, my Thumby friends, on Thumb Follow Me.